Let me tell you the things that I've seen this night. I saw a sheep. I saw a sheep standing there. And this sheep obstinately stood there. Its strength was to stand. And let me explain what the sheep looked like. The sheep was thick. It was a thick sheep. Good wool. Well manicured. It was a healthy sheep. It was a strong sheep. It had been cared for its entire life. But I walked up, and in this dream, I knew that I was the shepherd. And naturally, I went to go somewhere and expected the sheep to follow me. But it did not. So I called it, and it paid me no mind. I reached out to it, and it would just look. Perplexed, but neutral, like an infant when he's first born and he can look, but he's just looking around and he doesn't even really know what he's even doing. And I was perplexed. I said, "You're a sheep, you're supposed to follow me. That's your very nature to follow. Why won't you follow?" So I tried tugging on it, and it was firmly planted. It was in a large place, and it wouldn't move. It was stiff. It wouldn't move. So I said, I know how to get my sheep to follow me. And I went over, and there was a great board like you would see in the gladiator days, the gladiator movies. There was the big, huge board that had all sorts of cruel devices on it. And I looked, and I saw all manner of things you could conceive. I even saw collars to make a sheep move. I saw collars that would have been used on something like a pit bull or a Rottweiler, where you clip it on and it's made out of chain and it's got the teeth that dig in the neck when you pull to make something move. I said, no, I don't want to be cruel. I love my sheep. I looked and I selected a collar that could be quickly attached because I expected my sheep to fight. And this collar was made to hang on. It was made out of chain, but it was made to attach quickly. And so I came back to my sheep with this collar. I said, I'm going to make my sheep move. It doesn't even know that it is wrong right now. It doesn't know that it's contrary to its creation. And when I came to the sheep, the collar wouldn't fit because the sheep, in my absence, had grown fat. It had grown great. It had grown fat and large. And I said, my goodness, this sheep has become fat. And as I reached down to the sheep, I said, I'm going to make you move. And I went to take it by the wool near its head, and it raised its teeth at me like a wolf. And I drew back immediately. And so I walked away, and I sat down in another place. And in this dream, I turned my face from my sheep. I turned my face from my sheep, and when I did that, my sheep came to me. And here's why. My sheep did not realize that in pain, in suffering, in attacks on itself, in trials and tribulations, all of these devices that were on that board, I was with my sheep. It might have been in pain. It might have suffered. But I was with my sheep. So hear the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord, I have called and I have called my sheep. I have held back no device to cause my sheep to follow, because I have made my sheep to follow. You, O sheep, were designed to follow. And yet, says the Lord, you have grown fat, and your strength is not to follow. Your strength is to stand still in your fatness. And you have grown so great that my yoke will not fit your neck anymore. So behold, says the Lord, I withdraw, and I turn my face from you. Those that are mine will follow, says the Lord.